And then Pooh gets his finger bitten off and thrown into the lava of Mount Doom.
Oh, right.
Winnie the Pooh. Piglet. Yeah. You know, Piglet's like, hobble.
There was, like, Tigger, he had, like, this weird, vaguely homoerotic thing for Pooh.
Oh, yeah.
It was awkward.
Oh, hey, buddy boy. That sounds nothing like
Let me carry it for a while.
Share the load, buddy boy.
Oh, God. We ruined that for your kids.
You remember
Never show them Winnie the Pooh.
Remember the strawberries and cream, Mr. Pooh? Remember the strawberries? Oh, damn it. Alright, so we've got CantFoolOwls. He is the orange Terran up here in the top left.
And in the bottom right, we've got Thisle, the green Protoss.
Now, doesn't, like, the actual word thistle, as in, like, you know, the plant, isn't there a T in there? Like,
there is a T in there.
S. So
Thistle is screwing up.
This could be Thisle.
Thisle? What is Thisle? I don't know what a Thisle is.
I don't know. Either way, it does look like, well, he built his pylon down the ramp in this natural here, so he is going to be going for some sort of fast expand, or at least wants to trick CantFoolOwls into thinking that that's what he's doing.
Forge first, fast expand? It might not even be that defined.
I don't think so. No, just going for gateway. I mean, it could have been a forge first, fast expand. That's typically what you see when you see a pylon this far, you know, not in the main. But not the best strategy against Terran. But again, this is Bronze Knight. Literally anything goes.
Absolutely. I rather enjoy watching Bronze a lot because they pull out some of the more unorthodox strategies. They don't stick to a lot of the builds.
Yep. We've got a refinery out right now for CantFoolOwls, so it looks like he's either going for really fast stim or is going to be doing some sort of factory build here.
They're both playing pretty conservatively. Right now, we're seeing the first sign of scouting all game from CantFoolOwls. He's sending an SCV
We're
out.
about 3 minutes in. That's about normal. It's about average. Gonna go see what he can see.
Down goes a Cyber Core. Right about that. Not a Forge first fast extend. And CantFoolOwl is going to see it now. Although Gateway, Cyber Core around the 3 minute 10 mark is pretty standard.
Yeah, it's he's like, well, he's either 4-gating or 3-gate roboing, but I don't think he's going to be 4-gating. Because he did build down that ramp there, and that's, I mean, why would you do that? It'd be safer to keep it up here in the main where you can pull probes if you really need to.
It is Bronze.
It is Bronze. So we got that tech lab on that barrack, so it does look like CantFoolOwls is going to be going for that fast stim, just waiting for the gas right now. The probe chasing the SCV out of Thistle's base. Now, this is going to be the deciding a couple of minutes here now that the Cybercore is done, and it is researching warp, that we're going to see what it is exactly Thisle is planning on doing. Oh, he's getting 2 more gateways. This could be a 4-gate. He does have enough money for a 3rd gateway if he really wants, but it looks like he's going to be waiting for gas, so we're probably going to see a robotics facility go down next.
Chronoing out that warp tech, it's really, really important when you're pushing lots of gates like that. You need to be able to warp units in. Even if you're not, like, getting interesting placement over the map with your pylons, which you should be doing, but even if you're not, the warp cooldown is slower than the build time for just a normal gateway.
Yep, so we have Reapers coming out from CantFoolOwls now. That is what he went for that early tech for. We've actually got one going across the map right now.
I don't see any sign of any stalkers from Thisle. This could be very damaging.
Well, once Warp Tech comes out, he should be okay. It takes a long time for one Reaper to kill a building, and I believe it takes 2 volleys of shots for one Reaper to kill 1 probe. And that takes a pretty decent amount of time. So if Thisle gets Warp Tech finished, gets some Warp Gates, then he's going to be in good shape in holding this off. You only really need a couple of Stalker. Really only 1, but it's better to have more. And here's, oh, a little bit of lag coming out right now. Is that from me? Yeah, I guess that was lag from me. Sorry about that. But this Reaper going in here, killing a couple of probes here. It looks like 1 or 2 has gone down. It looks like it's 2. They all got pulled.
All his probes.
And 3 Stalkers.
Stalkers in response.
Gonna put an end to that, but CantFoolOwls did get some very valuable scouting information here. He saw the 3-gate Twilight Council.
Looks like he is going to lose these Reapers, though. Looked away for just a moment, and the Zealots and Stalkers came in and shut that down. But that definitely cost him several, almost 30 seconds when he wasn't gathering any resources.
Yeah, so that is going to work in CantFoolOwls' favor, and he got that scouting information. He sees the Twilight Council. He could know that, one base Twilight Council, we could be seeing a Dark Shrine go down any moment here.
I would like to see that. Games with Dark Templar often take a really interesting turn.
Yep, Thisle only needs about 40, 30 now, 25, whatever, more gas before he could conceivably get one. We see him warping in a few more Zealots. And back in CantFoolOwls base, we've just got more barracks going down, so he is going to be going Marine Marauder Medevac this matchup. Pretty much the go-to build for the mid-game.
Templar Archives going down from Thisle instead.
Templar Archives. Well, that is definitely going to work in CantFoolOwls' favor because Storm and Archon's both very good at stopping Marine Marauder Medevac, since those are, well, all except the Medevacs are bio, but Medevacs can't attack. That'd be ridiculous.
Against bio and with that splash damage, if he gets bottled up in the wrong place, that could be very bad news for CantFoolOwls.
Now, the problem Thistle's going to run into here is he's on one base right now, and one base Archon is almost impossible to pull off. He's going to get maybe 3 Archons.
There's just no way to keep up with that kind of gas. Archons are notoriously, or High Templar are ridiculously expensive in that regard. 300 gas for a single Archon.
And yeah. And it does look like Thistle is going to be getting ready to expand right now. We see him throwing down a Nexus, and that is going to put him one expansion above CantFoolOwls, who, may I say, way too many barracks and production facilities for one base.
That is 5 barracks
and a factory
on one base, and his second refinery is only going down just now.
And 3 reactors on 3 of those barracks. So that is too much production.
He thinks he's fine now because he's got a fair amount of minerals banked up, but he's going to burn through those really quickly.
Absolutely. Thistle moving up to this northern Xel'Naga tower. He does have a decent amount of Zealots and Stalkers right now. The army supply about even. But again, Thistle going to be able to make more money faster once that second Nexus is up. And CantFoolOwls is going to get maybe 1 full production cycle in once he unsupply blocks himself. He is currently supply blocked at 5151 and only building 1 supply depot. He really should be building 3 or so.
We do not have Concussive Shell out yet, but there are still a fair number of Marauders. That could go very badly for those Stalkers.
Absolutely, and the Zealots don't have charge, and they're behind the Stalkers, so they are going to be running around futilely for a couple of seconds before they can make any sort of connection. And CantFoolOwls moving down the ramp right now, but Thistle getting a couple of free shots off because CantFoolOwls' army was on move.
Definitely luring out a few of those Zealots and picking them off, though. That was a stalemate.
Yep, we see a proxy pylon going down here at the 4th. And Thistle, now on 2 bases, he had a rally set kind of weird. It was kind of set to like the left of the Nexus for some reason. It still is. What are they doing there? But, once he gets that some gas on that second and maybe a couple more gateways. Let's see, he's only got 3 right now and no other production. He could get 4 more gateways and be looking pretty good on 2 bases once he has both mineral lines completely saturated.
CantFoolOwls, though. He's still on 1 base, and he threw down another 2 production facilities, some starports.
Yeah, he's got a lot of minerals and a lot of gas, though, because he seems to be constantly supply blocking himself, not building enough supply depots at once. But you know what? It's working for him currently. I say that kind of tentatively because once he loses this army, that's really going to be it for him. If he loses this army, it all depends on the coming engagement. But we could have an Archon pretty soon.
The opposite position. He's got that second base up and running, but still only 3 gates, and he hasn't been producing any High Templar or any more units other than the occasional Zealot and Stalker. We've got 4 High Templar up here, but he's definitely got the gas for more.
Yeah, and he's got a lot more income than CantFoolOwls, but has far less than half the production facilities that...
we spoke too soon. 3 more gates going down. That's about perfect for this number of
He
bases.
could get 1 more or a robotics facility. Either one would just work great for him. Now, he doesn't particularly need that robotics facility since he has gone Archons. Like, sure, Colossi would be nice, and, Immortals are good for killing Marauders, but even if you were just to spend all his gas on making Archons and well, researching charge would be a nice thing to do. Then he would be in a pretty good position.
Even on one base, this is a pretty decent-sized bio ball we've got from CantFoolOwls. He's got a couple of medevacs out now so he can stim without worrying. Oh.
Looks like he's getting ready to move down that ramp, and Thisle does not have Storm Research, so all these High Templar, while they're not Archons, going to be pretty useless, except for feedback on the medevacs, which isn't even going to kill them at this point.
3 Archons down below CantFoolOwls' base, but they're out of position.
They are way out of position, but Thisle saw the scan go down on his army and is retreating. He's going to have to pull these guys back too, and yeah, there he goes. Going to be playing defensively now, and defensive Archons, well, the Archons are up the ramp, and the Terran army is engaging from down the ramp.
That's not a good place to be.
Oh yeah, they're in a tight corner, and it's kind of a makeshift Archon toilet. It's not a true Archon toilet, because, well, there's no vortex. There's also no, well, the Archon toilet got nerfed. It's not even as good as it was anymore. Like, a long time ago it got nerfed, like last year. So, but it's still a really advantageous position, but Thisle staying on the low ground here at the southern Zelnaga Tower.
Indeed.
CantFoolOwls moving out right now, though. He's got 2 medevacs, but they're kind of leading the charge right now, which is not where they want to be. We've got Storm and Charge being researched, but they're not going to finish before CantFoolOwls gets his army down there. Ooh, Thisle engaging with only a couple units at a time, not working out too well for him. The Archons moving forward, though, and those Marines are all in the orange already from stimming. These Archons going to kill absolutely everything CantFoolOwls has, and Thisle could do a pretty effective counterattack right now if he warped in at the proxy pylon he has. He's floating about 2,300 minerals.
He definitely can afford to. Without that charge, though, CantFoolOwls was able to escape with some of his forces. That was still a costly engagement.
Yeah, the units killed way in Thistle's favor. Let's actually look at the resources lost. Actually about even, because, you know, keep in mind, Protoss units much, much more expensive.
Oh, yes. You don't have to remind me about that.
Well, you play those guys. Oh, I did forget to mention, by the way, guys, rcraftgaming.com. Go check it out. Check our social media stuff, and you can tweet at us, and we will read your tweets on... Oh, yeah, I should do the voting thing, too. But, you can tweet at us, and we will read your tweets on stream, either tgDoctor, at tgDoctor, or at rcraftgaming. I've got both Twitter feeds pulled up here, so... you know,
I am not cool enough to have a Twitter. I'm a Luddite.
Well, you have a Twitter. You
just never
don't use it ever. Alright, so I'm going to update that voting page so you guys can cast your votes. Sorry, I got a little distracted and did not actually do that at the beginning of the game. There we go. That is good. So Thistle getting a few more Zealots. He does now have charge. He's got a lot of Templar, and they have Storm researched. But Storm in Bronze is kind of a scary thing because... it depends so much on knowing where the units are, where they're going to be, and knowing to not push into your own storm. I see a lot of Bronze players make that mistake.
I believe it. What I can't believe, though, is CantFoolOwls is still on one base, and we're almost 20 minutes in.
He's been one basing it for a while. Now Terran is... They've got some one basing abilities, right? No one's arguing that they don't. But... at this point, with this much production and so many reactors and, you know, so much different kind of tech, CantFoolOwls really just, he's almost mined out, too. He's going to have to expand. But I wouldn't be surprised if...
I see a command center going down now, but with
he may not get a chance.
Oh.
If Thistle gets some really good storms in here, then he could win it right here.
Both armies holding steady right now. CantFoolOwls probably saw that tank go and has a fair idea.
Oh, he's moving up the ramp. He needs to shoot those storms off. Oh,
that was
beautiful storms.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful storms. CantFoolOwls is in no way going to be able to hold this off. The charge lots moving forward.
Annihilating that tank. Charge lots going in. Taking out those Marauders. Getting a good surround. The Marauders are retreating. But there are just too many things going on. While they're trying to deal with that, more storms going off. That ground force of CantFoolOwls is reduced to just a handful of Marauders. And in the meantime, those Stalkers and those Archons are just ripping into his production.
Absolutely. It does not look good for, I moved the nameplate, CantFoolOwls. And there's the GG. Thistle going to be moving on to game number 2 versus Fighter, if Fighter is in the chat. He actually wasn't there. It's a little bit earlier, but he might be there by now. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with Thisle versus Fighter. So don't go anywhere.
See you soon.
By the power of yoga,